My name is Isha Sarah Snow. I'm a student at Washington State University, and I'm recording this demo of a public service announcement for Open Signal on domestic violence. Today, I'm going to attempt to answer the question, what does it mean to say that domestic violence or intimate partner violence is a learned behavior, and is that something that can be unlearned, controlled? So, abuse being a learned behavior is something that I've learned in my own recovery from intimate partner violence. And what that means is that there's an intersection between the ways that we're parented as children, the ways that we learned to communicate, and how we attach securely or insecurely in our relationships to other people. Attachment theory affects the individual level, and healthy behaviors end up in this secure range. When we're insecure, in these other quadrants, there tends to be some maladaptation and some dysfunction going on. That dysfunction relates not just to attachment on an individual level, but also to our family communication styles on the systemic level. Again, healthy is up here in this quadrant, with pluralistic being the ideal. And there's going to be some maladaptation in these other quadrants, especially around high conformity, because families with high conformity produce children with fewer interpersonal, social, and emotional skills in their later adult relationships. The communication styles and the attachment styles map up with the authoritarian being healthy and secure and pluralistic communication styles. And again, these parenting styles in these other quadrants tend to impact us a little bit more negatively, especially around the authoritative and permissive and disengaged areas. What we see here is that when we're insecure, this affects our communication, this affects the ways that we're parented, and that creates difficulties in perspective shifting. With fewer interpersonal, social, and emotional skills, that equals lower empathy, less ability to put yourself in other people's shoes. The other thing worth pointing out is that when we are in the other quadrants, aside from secure, there tends to be a little bit more avoidant and anxious behaviors. Avoidance specifically affects our brain development, emotional regulation, and long-term health outcomes. Because we don't know how to self-regulate, we then miss out on healthy connection. As Gabor Mate said, safety is not the absence of threat, but the presence of connection. And when we've never been taught how to experience connection in a healthy way, that's going to result in a lot of dysfunctional thinking. This dysfunctional thinking then creates dysfunctional behaviors. But when we're in a fear and insecure mindset, it doesn't necessarily feel dysfunctional for us, because our amygdala is hijacking our brain function. And when our amygdala takes over, there's a lot of controlling behaviors. There's gaslighting, threats, intimidation, verbal attacks, aggression, humiliation, degradation. All of the major signs of domestic violence or intimate partner violence are there. This directly relates to that fear and insecurity that doesn't happen when we lack secure attachment, when we don't have pluralistic communication, when we haven't been parented from an authoritative standpoint. What causes that? There's a lot of structural and systemic and cultural issues that go into this, such as class, lack of resources, low socioeconomic status. All of these factors can be overcome, but awareness is key. We can't regulate chronic instability if we don't even know that we're unstable. So, is abuse as a learned behavior something that can be changed or controlled? Yes. But when people express themselves and we get defensive, we're telling them it's not safe for you to lean on me. I can't protect you because I'm too busy protecting myself. The first way that we can really combat this is by becoming emotionally safe people. And to be emotionally safe people, we have to learn how to be emotionally fluent. Being emotionally fluent is communicating our feelings. Being emotionally fluent is feeling safe in our relationship. And those things are going to create safe and healthy behaviors. So that's my presentation. Thank you.